A Tory minister has been blasted over Brexit by one of the UK's top scientists in a furious live BBC clash. Sir Paul nursed Toronto University's Minister Sam Gyimah for letting extremists dominate and demanded he get a grip in a withering attack. It came after Francis Crick Institute director Sir Paul, who won the Nobel Prize in 2001, united with 28 fellow laureates to sound a warning about the impact of leaving the EU. In a letter to the Prime Minister they warned creating new barriers through Brexit will inhibit progress to the detriment of us all. This morning Sir Paul blasted Brexit chaos as he clashed personally with the Tory University's minister in a rare primetime debate. Sir Paul Nurse blasted Brexit chaos as he clashed personally with a Tory minister. Image, AFP, Getty Images. He told Sam Gyimah on BBC Radio 4's Today programme, "We haven't seen anything out there that gives us confidence this thing is going to be delivered. I can't tell you how depressed our young scientists are about all the messages that are coming out of government. This is just awful. I talk to them all the time. You need to get the messaging much better. You need to be much more positive, not just about science but what young people can contribute, and the rest of the world. You're letting your extremists dominate the debate. You've got to get a grip of them and stop them sending all these bad messages." Sam Gyimah, right, said unprecedented levels of funding were going into science. Image, Uxbridge Gazette. Mr. Gyimah insisted he agreed scientists need to be able to come and go under immigration rules and he was prioritising science in Brexit talks. The minister also said unprecedented levels of funding were going into scientific research, an extra £7 billion. But he dodged Sir Paul's question about where £1 billion of lost funding would come from after Brexit. The minister replied, "Well, Paul, I can't discuss now the shape of the deal we're going to have." Today it emerged dozens of winners of the Nobel Prize have written to the Prime Minister and European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker setting out their concerns. Their message was joined by the London-based Francis Crick Institute. Many of us in the science community therefore regret the UK's decision to leave the European Union because it risks such barriers, the group said. The Crick is the biggest biomedical research lab under one roof in Europe. Image, AFP, Getty Images. They urged both sides in the Brexit negotiations to ensure as little harm as possible is done to research. The letter's signatories include biologist Venki Ramakrishnan, president of the Royal Society. Meanwhile, a survey of more than 1,000 staff at the Crick found 97% of them believed a hard Brexit would be bad for UK science, and 82% thought it would have a detrimental effect on European science. The Crick is the biggest biomedical research lab under one roof in Europe and has been publicly praised by the Prime Minister, who toured the facility with Indian counterpart Narendra Modi in April. Theresa May toured the facility with Indian counterpart Narendra Modi in April. Image, PA. Sir Paul said, "This survey reveals the depth of feeling amongst scientists that a hard Brexit will seriously damage research, and that the UK government is not paying enough attention to science in the Brexit negotiations. Science and research matter for economic growth, health and quality of life, and the environment. The overwhelming negativity of scientists towards a hard Brexit should be a wake-up call. A hard Brexit could cripple science and the UK government needs to sit up and listen. We need a deal that replaces the science funding lost because of Brexit, that preserves freedom of movement for talented scientists, and that makes them feel welcome in this country."